Hey guys, before we get into the video, I want to explain what this video is about. So as you guys may or may not know, Badlion are closing their servers on June 10th. In this video, I'm going to explain why this is happening from an admin perspective. Obviously, there's a lot of things I can't really say, and there's a lot of things I can say and bring light to. Obviously, I'll link the forum post down below, but hope you guys enjoy the video. Obviously, this isn't my funnest video I've ever made, but it's definitely going to be, telling you guys everything that's happened. So hope you enjoy. Hey, what is going on guys, it's SuchSpeed here. Welcome back to another video. So today, as you can see by the title, you can already tell what we're going to be talking about. Now, there's been some very important news that was shared yesterday. I didn't actually know that Badlion were going to announce the closure of their server yesterday, but they made a forum post and some tweets about what's going to be happening. And I'm sure to a lot of you, this doesn't come at much of a surprise. This may have been quite expected that Badlion was officially going to close its public servers. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give a deep dive of what actually happened. I obviously can't say a lot of stuff, however there is some stuff I can say, and as you guys know, I am an admin. Even though I haven't been as active, I knew about the idea of closing the server down. There was countless meetings on this, and it was an ultimate decision. I think it was for the better personally, but I feel like this video is going to be a good direction for people that want to find out why Badlion has really closed down. From watching it from a staff perspective, I don't think there's that many staff on Badlion that do YouTube. You're only going to hear this from me, really. I mean, I can't see Adam or Archie or any of the higher staff on Badlion really making a video really talking about what's happened. Obviously, they've completely made their own points and explained everything in forum posts and through Twitter as well. And yesterday I did go ahead and make some tweets talking about the Badlion closing down. I actually did not know they were going to announce it yesterday. I forgot. I remember hearing that they were going to announce it on the 11th, but I completely forgot that it was the 11th yesterday. So to me, I was like, well, okay, I forgot they were going to announce it. And yeah, so Badlion is shutting down. So I'm going to go ahead and link the forum post down below in the description, which gives you guys, I guess, the general the general speech on what's pretty much happening with the Badlion servers. Master Geobrain and Adam, and also Archibot, also both of them say their own thing and how they felt about Badlion. So I've been playing Badlion for like the past few years. That's been more of a home to me than I would say any other server. Originally I played Hive, and then I really got into UHC on Badlion, so I started playing that, and Badlion built itself up off the ground. It was a good place for YouTubers to start doing YouTube. I know a lot of people that have come very far on YouTube and Twitch just from doing Badlion UHC over and over and building up their own audience. Now for me, whenever I saw Badlion, I saw it as like a two-way thing. The YouTubers that were promoting Badlion were strongly promoting. There was a lot of YouTubers recording on this server, as there is with any server. Look at Hypixel, you see so many people recording on there. And the thing is, Badlion got a lot of their player influence from YouTubers as well, and from Twitch streamers obviously, and that came back to them. So for example, people were growing from recording Badlion content. There was a huge audience for it, and people were giving to the Badlion player count from their audience themselves. So it worked both ways, and that was how it was for like the longest time. Now Badlion was doing very well up until when ESL bought them. It wasn't necessarily a bad idea for Badlion at the time. They thought things would go very differently. Turned out it didn't go out for the best. ESL haven't really done much with Badlion at all, really. When you look at it from a general perspective, they have done some stuff, interior, but nothing crazy. There's been a few tournaments here and there, but I don't think any of them have been supplied by ESL, or at least the cash prize. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure. Quick rundown of Badlion. It was a great place for me and my friends. We used to play UHC on there all the time, whether that be on EU, NA. They even had a big AU community at one point. I remember competing against AU players to try and get the #1 stats on the UHC leaderboards, and it was great. It was a great environment. I think it helped a lot of people improve at Minecraft. It was a good place. I am back in the day, cheating was common. There was definitely more X-rays in UHC than there was like PvP hackers that you'll find on other servers, but it wasn't that much of an issue, although it did slowly develop into more of an issue with X-raying in UHCs, and I think it was very difficult to combat that. The Badlion client is a good combat to the cheaters and everything, so it is a very good thing. So anyway, the main reason Badlion shut down, as you can see, the player count's just dipping. A lot of people aren't as interested. Badlion weren't really able to to keep developing things. You know, it's obviously very hard to run a server, especially a server that large, you know, that requires that many, you know, expensive servers. You know, Badline was a very good experience. Like, the servers themselves and the developers worked very hard on the plugins. You know, it was a good experience. It was professional, you know. Honestly, the servers felt really smooth playing on EU. I never really had any issues. And obviously, when you've got all this going, it does cost a lot of money to run. And obviously, when you've got a server that isn't, you know, growing like a huge player base, you know, people aren't buying ranks. You know, people have already got the ranks, you know, so a lot of people aren't going to be continue buying ranks. You know, if there's not any players going in, then, you know, the people aren't going to be buying ranks or any of the store or anything from the store for that matter, you know. So that's the main issue there. You know, the player count was dipping. Honestly, a lot of people were turning their backs on Badline, which is understandable. You know, obviously Badline has had a, you know, slightly controversial history with a lot of YouTubers, and, you know, I can understand completely, you know, with other servers emerging, you know, competition. I wouldn't even say competition is the reason Badline shut down, really, because, you know, for the past like half a year, there really hasn't been another UHC server to play on. You know, it's really been Badline or nothing. You know, Ultra and whatever has been down for a very long time. I'm going to talk about Ultra in a minute, and obviously Cheatbreaker and MineHQ. I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. From an admin perspective, you know, we sat down, had this meeting with all the other, you know, head owners, and we all came to the conclusion it was honestly the best idea to do. You know, the Badline client is going to live on as a legacy. To me, that is honestly great. You know, at least if Badline does shut down, I'll still be able to use the client, and it will still make me feel like, you know, I'm still supporting a great company. I'm glad that they're still keeping the client going, because obviously that one of their main goals was to eliminate cheating in Minecraft, and obviously the client is doing a very good job of that. You know, if servers are going to go to client side only, which means you can only connect to a server with the client, then it's honestly great. You know, and in the process of, you know, closing down their servers, they actually created a few partnerships. So Badline are currently working with Goma, which is the #1 German server, and there's also talks with them working with other servers too. So it's honestly not the end of the world for Badline. A lot of my videos were recorded on Badline, which probably leaves a lot of you to wonder what I'm going to be doing now. And I'm still going to be doing YouTube. I'm still going to be recording 1v1 videos, you know, PvP, UHC meetup. I'm just going to have to find a new server to do it on. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on Hypixel, as I have been doing. I know a lot of you guys like my Hypixel videos, and I am really trying to get into Hypixel a lot more, whether that be in 1v1 duels or Skywars or even UHC on there. You know, I am trying to get into Hypixel because it is fun, and that is honestly how to grow in the community. You know, I want to grow to a new audience, appeal to another different audience, which one of the only audiences left that is thriving is Hypixel, so it makes complete sense for me to do that. Having said all this though, I will be making a video, you know, kind of like a tribute video to Badline with my editor. Now, I came up with a great idea, and my editor is very much interested in doing that. Now, the only thing I'm going to say is it's going to be like a montage, and it's honestly going to be a really big nostalgia video, and I'm very excited for it. I have no idea when it's going to come out. My editor is actually on holiday right now, so that's why this video is edited by me today. I think he comes back on Monday, so he will start editing videos back when he gets home. So anyway, just a quick overview. So the reason Badline closed down, as I mentioned, was just because it wasn't growing anymore. You know, it was very hard to keep the servers running. You know, they are expensive servers, very expensive. If you look at the quality of Badline, you know, their servers, their plugins, it is, you know, very well done, and obviously that comes at a price. And the, you know, the management team obviously came to a decision, and I honestly think it was for the best. It hurts me, you know, I grew myself on Badline. Obviously it's time to move on, and it was honestly the best decision. You know, at least there is a client that everyone can use. You know, the Badline client is available to anyone now. It is open to the public audience, and they're still working on developing it, so that is great. You know, they're still providing updates for it, so it's good. Honestly, it's good, and I'm still happy they're doing that. So the last thing I wanted to mention before I end this video off is what's next. So so this is pretty much where I'm going to briefly talk about Ultra, MineHQ, and Cheatbreaker. I know a lot of you are probably very frustrated, you know, with me discussing Cheatbreaker and whatnot. You know, a lot of you probably have very much like a large amount of doubt. I honestly hope that, you know, it comes out. I think it will. I personally think it will. You know, obviously we've been let down in the past with Cheatbreaker heavily, and I think J-Holt does feel bad for that. You know, I have spoke to John a couple of times already. I actually spoke to him a few days ago, and he seems very, you know, positive, and he hopes that, you know, he hopes that Ultra will be a safe place for, you know, players to play UHC. Cheatbreaker hopefully will become public to the general audience. I really hope it does. I want to see people using any client. I don't care what client you use. You know, it's not even about competition at this point. I was talking to John about this. It's really not about the competition. It's this community that I really want to make sure still survives. I mean, I don't even care about the Badline client versus Cheatbreaker at this point. Use whatever you want, as long as it's eliminating cheaters from the game. It doesn't really matter. I don't really care. But yeah, I will be playing, obviously I will be playing on MineHQ when it does come out. That's a no-brainer. You know, I'm not really going to play the HCF, but I will be playing Ultra UHC, which is on MineHQ. So I'm going to be trying out Ultra UHC. You know, I probably will start streaming it again if, you know, the games get get a lot of players, and it seems pretty fun. I'm definitely going to start streaming it because that's what I want to do, guys. I really want to stream it to you guys, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. One thing I wanted to say about Cheatbreak is I don't know if it's going to be available publicly, like for free, or if they're going to make it, you know, paid. It would make sense to make a private beta and make it so you have to pay for it, just because obviously it might not be completely ready yet. I can understand if they're going to do that. You know, Badline did do that before they made it public. However, I hope that if they do make it paid, it's not for too long, because obviously I want everyone to be able to use it. But I'm sure a lot of you guys would probably pay to use Cheatbreaker anyway, considering of how hyped it was. But anyway, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this video. I will be making a tribute video to Badline because honestly, I think they deserve it. I think they deserve a lot of my respect. I think they deserve respect from any YouTuber from the PvP community, whether that's, you know, the largest one or the smallest one. You know, if you haven't played on Badline, fair enough, but you can hopefully respect what they did as a server and what their goals were and that what they were trying to achieve. One thing I wanted to quickly mention, the last thing, where does that leave me? You know, obviously I was an admin at Badline. Am I still an admin? I'm going to continue working with Master G-Berry with the Badline client. That doesn't, obviously there's no server to administrate now, so I don't really know what my position is going to be, but I'm still going to be supporting Adam and Master G-Berry, obviously, and I'm still going to be talking to him quite a lot. You know, we're actually setting up a call tonight, so that's pretty much everything I wanted to discuss. I hope you guys have a great day. I know this video came out a little bit earlier, but I thought, hey, it's Saturday. I feel like I need to get this video to you guys as soon as possible. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.